Welcome back to the channel. If you've been subscribed to the channel, there's a hint. You would have seen a couple of months ago we had the all-new slash facelift version of the Skoda Enyaq and Skoda Enyaq Coupe. And just lately I've been thinking, you know what, there's still stock of this available. I think there might be people interested in seeing this, understanding the differences. Really, it's a facelift. Some people prefer the design of the current OG with that nice grille. Some people don't like the tech deck of the new one. Some people do. So the reason I've called it this thumbnail and this video Value or Vanity is, should you be looking at this one or should you be waiting for the new one? In Ireland, they're calling it an 85 plus. They've taken the larger battery and they've thrown everything at it. The only option that's on this at the moment is, or that you're going to be getting because they're done, is the panoramic sunroof if you want it. There's also a Sportline version in Ireland. This 85 plus, as is today, is 50,000 euros. In the UK, about 45,000 euros. The Sportline is around 56, 57,000. So if you want a bit more black, a bit more sporty looking elements to it and the crystal grille, you can go for that one as well. So we're gonna have a look around the outside, the inside, and then take it out for a drive. I'd forgotten how good this car is. It is very competent, the biggest boot on the MEB platform. So if you're looking for practicality, this is the one I always recommend it to people. Let's have a look around it, inside, outside, and then for a drive. Let's start off with some technical data. So it is marked on the back as 85, and that's the designation for the larger battery for the Skoda Enyaq. The gross is you can see it here, 82 kilowatt hour with a 77 kilowatt hour usable. Range, they're saying 569, real world probably between 450 and 480, depending on how heavy you are with your accelerator pedal and if you're on the motorway all the time. Max power, it's 210 kilowatt, it's a rear wheel drive, and a max torque of 545 Newton meters. Length overall is 4.649 meters. Width is 1.879 millimeters, and then height 1.621 millimeters. Wheelbase is 2.77. So it is the same wheelbase as the Skoda Enyaq, but it just doesn't have the overhangs front and rear, so much more of a substantial car, D-segment SUV. Luggage capacity in the rear, 585 litres, as I mentioned, the largest capacity. We'll start off with the rear and work our way forward. So 585 litres, it's got a 40-60 split with a ski hatch and that tannoy cover, but it's absolutely massive. Got some cargo holders on the side. You've got some shopping bag hooks that drop down if you need them. And some more storage hooks here on the side. Tie down points, 12 volt up here, and it has these handy Skoda dividers that if you're packing something in like a suitcase so that it's not flying around the place, these are just angles or flats that have Velcro on the bottom of them. In underneath that then as well, you've got the ability of charging, you're storing your charging cables. And more shopping bag hooks on the side here as well. Little LED light up in the top right hand corner. Power tail lift. It does have the ability to tow as well. On the rear then you have matte black just around that spoiler area, gloss black shark fin aerial, high level brake lamp, and it's great to see a window washer. Skoda written out in a name mark, and then Enyaq on the left hand side. The new version doesn't have the numbering designation if I remember correctly. It has a 360-degree camera, or reversing camera, sorry, and then parking sensors down in that matte bumper with that body coloured strip in underneath and some reflectors down here then as well. Moving up along the side, you have up to 11 kilowatt on AC, 175 kilowatt hour on DC, so 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. 20-inch wheels, the Sportline comes in 21. I think they look well. They're not too aero as well. 5 multi-spoke. Chrome roof bars, chrome around the windows as well. And this one has the tinted windows in the rear. Body coloured door handles, keyless entry, keyless start. And one of the difference between this and the upcoming model is it has a silver flashing down alongside. You will have seen it with the Olibo on the original video that I did with the new Skoda Enyaq. So you're not going to get that black flashing. It is going to be color coded or body colored on the Sportline, but you're not going to get this black element on the new version. Glass black B-pillar, that chrome all the way around, body coloured, big chunky door mirrors. That's great to see with the, if I remember correctly, the blind spot is built into the housing. Indicator here. Yeah, it's just reversing camera. And then a bit of a flag up the top, at the bottom of the A pillar down there. That's a good presence on the road. It has LED matrix headlights. See, this is where you're going to start to see potentially the difference between this version and the new version. There's a lot of stuff on this that may not be on the upcoming version. And so if you're looking, as I said, for value, this may be the one for you. So it's got that daytime running light at the bottom, and then the high-low beam modules and the indicators. I'll throw on the indicators now in a second. And then some nice angularity going on here. If you're looking for something a bit more, you can go for the Sportline trim. Matte black at the bottom. Some hatchwork. I'd forgotten how nice this grille is on the Skoda. It's kind of like a carbon fibre weave with some glass black element. Chrome around the edging. The new one has the word mark on the front rather than the Skoda logo. Yeah, it looks well. Looks very well. Very Skoda. You turn on the hazard lights so you can see what it looks like. Hazard buttons and buttons, yes, we've got actual buttons. We've got the one, the indicator on the side mirrors. What's the full width actually? I thought it was just the end, it is the full width. And then there's full daytime running light, kind of like a 3D crystal. You can see at the top there, it's illuminating all the way down through it. And then down at the back, you have got the indicator ding here. And again, that Skoda word mark at the very back. So that's the indicators and the exterior. There is no frunk. I'll show you what the engine bay looks like. Electric motor bay, technically. You're not going to get any aftermarket, I don't think, in there. It's fairly tight. Yeah. Disc brakes on the front, drum brakes on the rear. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We'll go in behind the driver's seat. And we'll start off on the door. You've got the privacy blinds built into the actual door as well, which is lovely. Great for families. Bit of glass black going on. Those lovely door handles. I'll put down the windows when I'm in the front. Completely flat floor. We'll move that central storage area now in a second. 2 Isofix on either side. 3 headrests. 3 full 3-point seat belts. You can actually see the ambient light at the bottom of that door there. And it turns red when the door is open, which is a nice MEB side of things. Trying to get at some of the... So Skoda's not giving out to me, but bringing muck into their carpets. Magazine holder, device holder then in front of it. You've got tri-zone climate control, no heated seats in the rear, and then this center console pops up. You have nobody in the middle seat, and it's another way of holding cups, but you can fold that down there as well if you want just massive storage. And if you want cup holders, just pop out these. Smart, simply clever, but there's also cup holders in the armrest. So it's a proper armrest, and then if you want that pop out, you've got device holders and then cup holders there as well. And the ability of opening the ski hatch from the passenger compartment. Lovely seats, leather with a kind of a brown stitching. And then let's do headrest. So feet can go in underneath the seats. Knees, as I said, that seat is set for me. And then I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters. Loads, absolutely loads. If you've got large adults that you're moving around a lot, or teenagers, or whatever it may be, 2 in the rear, no problem. 3 small, no problem. And it has Isofix in the front passenger seat then as well. Let me pull up this rear blind so that we're... Coat hanger in the B pillar, arm handles on all 4 positions. And then the lights up on top, touch sensitive. Nice to have that light interior and the roof liner. Good big chunky door handles, so they're hinged at the front. You can see there, proper handles. And so all of your windows, front and rear, child lock either side, adjuster for the wing mirror, and then your ability to open the power tail lift. Memory presets, again, is something that you may not get in the new version, so electronically adjusted with the 3 settings. Look at these gorgeous leather seats with that brown stitching and piping. Now, the difference between this and the new version, you will have the word mark instead of the logo here, but pretty similar to 2-spoke steering wheel. Left hand side is audio, heated steering wheel, heated seats, audio tracks, and then left and right hand side then is cruise controls, data. You have the ability of the regen braking paddles. On the right hand side then is your in wipers. Left hand side is your lights and indicators. Underneath then is your cruise control. You've got your driver display, and it can be moved left or right depending on what you're focused on. You can make it a 3-panel or a 2-panel. It doesn't have a head-up display. That would come on the Sport line. You've got your little ticket holder up there on the windscreen as well. Head unit is lights, touch sensitive, and then SOS button, etc. Nice wing mirror, sorry, rear view mirror. Large screen. Again, it has a bit updated. It has that voice assistant. You can see everything's getting a bit sharper and a bit easier to move around. And your lane assist can be turned off. You can hold down the button and then it'll turn off the speed sign recognition. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, wireless, 3-stage heating, lots. And then on the bottom you've got your power and then that volume slider. Vents. Again, a bit of gloss black there with that chrome. And then physical buttons, your assist, your modes, your parking mode, hazards, center locking, climate, max, front and rear demister. These are probably a bit small for me. I've always mentioned that. And you've got 1 single wireless charging pad, but you've got the 2 powered at the back there as well. Armrest, handy space in there. Lots of space down inside there. Coin holder. Automatic or electronic handbrake. There's your little mode selector, reverse neutral drive, 2-stage regenerative braking, D and B mode, but you can tweak that then with the regenerative braking paddles and then kind of a storage area. Half a glove box, but it's a good deep one. And as I mentioned, that front passenger seat has Isofix 3-point as well. 2 latches at the front and then the top tether around the back. Headroom for me is acres. 12 centimeters. It's a real, yeah. It's a big car, don't get me wrong. I said I'd drop down the rear windows. You can't really see them, but do they go all the way down? Yes, they go all the way down. Let me put them back up again, so prove it. All the way. Okay, what else have we got on the Skoda Enyaq 85 Plus spec-wise? 0 to 106.7 seconds, top speed of 180 kilometers an hour, gross vehicle weight 2650, so it's a big car. Towing capacity of 1,000 kgs on the 85 Plus, and then the drivetrain is a 4x2, so 2-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. Charging wise, it can take up to 175 kilowatt on DC, AC we've already talked about. Colors, it'll all depend on stock when you watch this video, but there's about 4, 5, 6, 8 colors, including the Phoenix Orange. I think that Phoenix Orange is going, I don't know, we're bringing it back. Metallic is about 770 euros, so that's what this one has on top of the standard. But you can get the exclusive Velvet Red or the Phoenix Orange, which is a slight bit more. This car as I mentioned, is 50,000 euros. So there's no optional extras on it except for the metallic, I think. You can get a panoramic sunroof, you can get a tow bar, you can get a heat pump, but it'll depend again on what stock you go for. There is 2 interiors. There's a suite, which is standard, which is black leather, and then on the sport line, it's black leather and suedia, which is kind of like their microfiber. The 20-inch comes on the standard version, and then the Sportline gets a 21-inch Supernova. Yeah. Lots of safety equipment with that 3-zone. It's a 13-inch screen in the front here. But if I've gotten this far into the video and you're that interested in it, you can go onto the Skoda website, be that Ireland or the UK, and have a look and see what stock is available, what deals can be done with potential Skoda dealers. I don't think I talked about some of the Skoda special stuff. You would have known it already, maybe you didn't. But we have the likes of the Skoda umbrella in the door pocket. Let's not take it as granted. And then we also have in the boot liner the Skoda Ice. Should go there. Somebody has robbed it. In the new one, it's actually in the charging flap. I'm glad I proved that on camera there that I didn't. It wasn't me who replaced it. Anyway, before I go driving off, and that is down, and I'm wondering where that windy sound is coming from. Oh, I need to get in and turn it on again. There we go. Okay, that's the interior and exterior of the Skoda Enyaq 85 Plus. Let's go take it for a drive. What's it like driving the Skoda Enyaq current version? Keyless entry, keyless start. There is a start-stop button on the steering column, but I don't use it, never had to. There's a sensor, and when you press the brake and the brake pedal, you turn everything on. The seat moves forward. So this seat actually moved forward when I was talking about space in the rear. It is even more because that seat was back for easy access for me to get in and get out. As mentioned, it's rear-wheel drive. Seats are super comfortable. And the fact you've got 3-stage heating on them as well for those colder days. And with the app, you can precondition the actual vehicle as well. Nice circular steering wheel, something that we're not getting as often on some electric vehicles. And easy to see into the driver display. I love the wing mirrors on Skodas because they're so wide. There's a great field of view on them. Suspension it's not a sports car. It's a family hauler, and it's competent. You can feel the bumps, but it doesn't transfer harshly. It's a large, especially with the bigger battery, heavy D-segment SUV. So the braking regenerator paddles are only optional when you have it in D mode. You can change the regenerative braking, but if you have it in B mode, it just gives you the full heavy, but it's not one pedal drive. It has automatic handbrake, which some other electric vehicles do not have. I like the fact that they've included some of the new Skoda kind of turquoisey colour in the dash. We didn't have that in the original one, so they've updated the driver infotainment, driver display, and the infotainment system. So you can see that Skoda green around the place. Road noise is very minimal. Steering feel is good as well. It's always great when you have rear wheel drive. The front wheels are just there for steering. The rear wheel drive focuses on pushing the car along. And the brakes have a nice feel as well. Especially in B mode, the blend between regenerative braking and actual braking, you can't tell when it actually transitions over. That automatic hold. And we're away. Plenty of torque. Don't know why you'd want the sportier version. That's just me, obviously. Some people out there do want the sportier version, and that's fine too. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you going to wait? Are you going to go for this one? Have you gone for something else? This is the D-segment SUV is a busy spot. With the likes of the BYD C-Line 7 now coming into the mix. Its own cousin, the likes of the Cupra Tavascan, depending on what way you want to say it. ID4, some serious value out there at the moment. Are you going to wait for the new Tesla Model Y? We're going to take this up on the motorway now, just to give it a bit of a motorway run, so we can see what and hear what the motorway noise is like. So join me back. Heading on to the M50 southbound after junction 14, and it is up to 120 kilometers an hour. There's great power there for rear wheel drive. That's 100 kilometers an hour there now, and it's whisper quiet. Small bit of road noise around the wing mirrors, not a lot. It's 110, and that's 120. Yeah, good. Efficiency, I haven't had the car long enough to give it, but if I remember correctly, you get it probably around that 18, 19 kilowatt hour. Just because it's so big, it's its only drawback, and with the bigger battery, it's just extra heavy. Let me know in the comments if you've had it and you've gotten a better kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer on an average speed, journey, etc. That is another look at the Skoda Enyaq current version, outside, inside, and we took it out for a drive. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.